Good morning, traders. Good morning. Johnny here with the Learn to Earn community and also the Investing for Beginners community. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. How are we doing this morning? And give it a couple minutes for more people to tune in, and then we will get started. Get our sound checks in place. Make sure everything is good to go. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've recently fixed our links, so that is good. Share my link to the groups. It's a little early today for me. I mean, it's early every day, but come on. There we go. Morning live trading session. And there it is. Hello, good morning. Welcome. Welcome. How's everybody doing today? There we go. Got to send it to our group of over 70,000 members. Doing that now. Now, eventually, this will be only available on Discord. So pretty soon you'll have to be a member on our Discord server, which is free, in order to get access to our video playlist. Eventually I will do an unlisted playlist on YouTube, and you'll only be able to find these videos on the Discord. So definitely be aware of that into the future. And let's get started. All right, good morning. Markets are officially open. Let's go ahead and start sharing my screen and looking at that. Market opened 1 minute ago. I have no positions, as you can see, no positions, which is perfect. We start fresh today. We start fresh every morning. Every once in a while, I'll do a swing trade, but right now we're looking at some oversold companies. GDST looking like it's going now up in an upward direction from lows of 360, seeing some highs now potentially to this green MA line of about 7%, to even previous resistance levels of about a 20% profit. So definitely be aware of that. Intel still has quite a ways to go, but it is finally out of that support area range. It may come back down like it has previously, so we just want to be cautious of that and know that that is possible for it to come back down. I want you guys to just be aware of that. Okay, Mara had a nice buy pressure yesterday. Now it came back up. It touched this blue EMA line and shot up 12% in one day. That would have been $120 on a $1,000 investment, which would have been just amazing if I would have caught that. Didn't, and now it's rising even more, possibly going up to some previous levels, about another 6%. Oxy looking like it's getting rejected at that green MA level. Palantir trying to push up. SQQ finding new lows last night. This is where previous support levels were. We're going to bring this down to here, 981. is now its new support level. Markets are strong today, very strong. Now look, I knew this was going to bounce off of that EMA, potentially go up 4%, and it did. As soon as the market opened, it is shooting up. That is Hood stock is now shooting up. Hello, good morning, welcome. Looking at Tesla, Tesla's dropping. Walmart had good earnings this morning. Had good earnings this morning. As we can see here, continuing to rise. Waste Management, DJT, Tesla dropping. SoFi dropping. SCHD dropping. SPY going up. Sound dropping. Good. Now finding its resistance level here, which makes sense because that's where it was previously. So don't get caught holding the bag on this, buying on super high levels. Realty O, finding that support possibly right here. Possibly, we'll see. And there's those recent highs, 55. As I look on the 4-hour, yeah, looks about right. New support levels for the moment till it comes back down. Reddit, SQQ pushing up slightly. Now that does play off a QQQ, so there is a curl over on the market highs, new market highs. Now it could just potentially go higher. But jobless claims came out. They weren't so good. They were not the best. You guys can check it out here on our Investing for Beginners website. Subscribe for a chance to win a $100 gift card by simply commenting on our YouTube channel and our videos. Be a subscriber and comment a lot. The more comments, the more entries you have into that giveaway. Most recent earnings for today would be Walmart, JD.com, John Deere, Under Armour. Those are a few that we care about this morning. As you saw a minute ago, Walmart shot up. And Applied Materials will be after close. And that's probably all we really care about for today. Economic report for Thursday, right here for US. Building permits are slightly down by 2%. Continuing job claims are down from what is expected, but up from what it previously was at. Initial jobless claims is up from what they expected. So there's a lot more initial unemployment claims coming in, which is crazy. Check out this if you want. It's free. Got charts and different tools that you can use to be a more successful trader. SQQ back down to 988. QQQ recovering, making some new highs. We've got new all-time highs for the NASDAQ market. New high, 453.15. 453.15. So new highs, guys. New highs. This is unprecedented, right? First time in history that it's created new highs. This is where it was previously at 449, 450. And now it's at 454, creating new highs. We're going to draw a new high limit. 453.15. There we go. AMC still looking like it's dumping. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to happen. These meme stocks are going to go down as fast as they go up. GameStop down 20%. Looks like it's trying to rally though, but there's a lot of selling pressure. Okay, it's starting to go up again. Let's look at some of my oversold on the oversold watch list. JDST's coming down. Intel still going down. Nothing new with Intel. We're wanting to catch this when it starts to run up, so we'll bring our alert down. Mara had a nice little run. See, good thing we didn't get caught up in that. 2% return. Go 5 minute. As you can see here, it's bouncing off of this area, going up, probably going to bounce back down, finding new resistance levels at that 2044 mark. We're going to want to be aware of that. New support level here. Oxy going down. Palantir still oversold. SQQ, look at that, a little tiny pump before market open, and now it's getting rejected. That tends to do that a lot, so be aware of that. This company here, it may pull back like it did yesterday. You see this pullback to that yellow line, basically the blue and the green line, the EMA and the SMA. If it does pull back, you can easily see some profits of 3%, possibly 4%, more realistically about that 3% level. So we'll see what happens with Hood here in a minute. And Warner Brother is going down, 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 which is good because if it can get back down to say these even $8 levels, you can see like an 8% return. So JDST wanting to make a move, finding a little bounce here. Now JDST still has plenty of room to grow. We can go from 372, 374 up to even the $4 mark for an 8% profit. Now this is shorting gold or going against the gold market, so be aware of that. Intel making new highs. Intel looks like it's the only one that's actually working hard right now. Yeah, Intel pushing up. Intel's up a point already. It's not bad. On the 4 hour, it has plenty of room to grow here. Plenty of room to go up. Previous highs about 10%. 10% profit on Intel possibly. Doesn't mean it has to though. Look where it was pre-market. Creating new highs, so a lot of good buy pressure right now. And we could buy close to 100 shares, about $3,100 worth if we wanted to. Of course, we go in light and then we add to our position when it goes up. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing today? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. SQQ had a nice pull up here, and then it's getting rejected now, so it kind of faked us out a little bit. Now, again, this is all unprecedented. None of this has happened before. I mean, obviously, there's been new highs in the market before, but with the initial jobless claims, there's more people getting into unemployment. It's weird that the market's going to be doing this. So we're going to see if this is a fake out for the bulls, possibly bouncing off this EMA and coming down. There's plenty of room for it to come down. You know, say 1% even, just a little, but it is going up, which means you'd want to trade TQQ today, potentially. And it makes sense too, because I mean, it's bouncing off of this MA level anyways, the $200 MA. I get you about 1% on TQQ. It's just not enough to trade. That's not enough to trade for me. Walmart had earnings this morning. They did really well pre-market. If you would have bought this company around about 7 a.m. 7 a.m. my time, which would have been like 5 a.m. would have been up 6%, but now it's having a nice little pullback here. What was another one that reported today? JD also reported. Look at that. They pulled up 5%, and now they're down 5% from their earnings. Down 7% from open, and now it's trying to retrace and come back up, which it may offer some potential here, about a 5% potential. DDOG, kind of stale right here, kind of horizontal pattern right now. Mara did really well yesterday. Should have invested in Mara. Check this out. They're up 12% from bouncing off of that MA to close. 12%, $120 on a $1,000 investment. Oh yeah, but now it's finding resistance here at that $20 level. Probably gonna pop up a little bit now. We may buy some Mara. Should have got down here right at market open. Would have went up 3%. Could have got about $30 right there real quick. Hood also retracing like we had said. Check this out. We drew this plan about a week ago, and it's literally going right along with what we said. Buying in at that $16 level, you'd already be up 16%, $160 on $1,000. I set my alert at 1854, and it's already up. We were just talking about that not even a minute ago. Buying here, waiting for it to bounce, bounced, now it's up 2%. SQQ, not really doing much right now. I say Hood and Mara. Hood and Mara would have been the ones to play. And they're on my oversold list. Be careful with this though. Getting up into those resistance levels, look. Now it can go higher. Obviously it can go much higher and go up to $21. But it is running up. Don't get caught in this trap though. What goes up definitely does come down. Missed about a 3% run up from bouncing off this EMA. About 2% already. Man, it is just pushing up. We're gonna buy 10. No. See, as soon as I was gonna buy, it goes down. That always happens. I feel like that always happens to me. So good thing we didn't buy, right? People are now selling. A lot of sell pressure, locking in those 2-3% profits. Yeah, I think we missed it. We're not gonna chase it. We missed that one. We may wait for Mara. Just want to do one really good solid trade today. And SQQ's not moving, so. Hood, there goes Hood again. Hood's taken off. SQQ. Oxy, Mara. Mara coming right back up to those levels. I want to trade both and get some money, but I think Mara's already overextended. I mean, it could continue going up as well. Mara can go up to much higher levels than where it is right now. It really, really could, especially if Bitcoin's doing well. Coming back down. Hood, of course. Of course, Hood's going to come down as soon as I start buying into it. Wait for it to come back down. We'll buy some more. I bought at the top, thinking FOMO, fear of missing out here. I already ran up almost 4% from the bounce. From market open down here, it ran up 5%. So you know people are locking in profits. Big pullback potential. Just like it did yesterday, it went up, or it actually opened high, went down, and then went back up. We should have bought down here at this level, to be honest. OCGN is up 5% already. Wow. Look at that, from oversold levels to now new highs. Creating new highs, guys, or at least getting back up to old highs. Nice. We've been watching this company for quite some time. Went from $1 to $2. 80% return on your investment. 80% return on your investment. Now, this is a penny stock, so be very careful. See, it's already starting to come down a little bit. But from open to these highs, 7%, guys. That would have been $70 on $1,000. So we're going to see if this can come back up above. But I guarantee you it's going to start selling off now. Hood starting to move slightly. Got 10 shares in Hood. $10 shares on Hood. SQQ finding some support at that 985 level. Palantir wanting to push up. Mara, good thing we didn't buy Mara. It's pulling back. Intel also pulling back. Hood, huge pullback on Hood. Huge pullback on Mara. We already knew this was going to happen, guys. This happened yesterday. See that? See where Mara is? It's bouncing off of this support. But potentially, if it does go back up, that's about 3%, which isn't that much, honestly. Hood pulling back tremendously. We're going to try and buy in again down here. And that's going to happen. So it may retrace back to maybe this level and hopefully get us back up. We don't chase runners, guys. We wait for confirmation that it's going back up. We don't chase companies that are selling off. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the live stream, welcome. Thanks for spending a part of your day with us here. Hello, welcome. All right, our morning jam session is done. Oh, waiting to see what happens here with Hood. Probably going to be the company we end up trading, or we are actually in it. This is the only position I have currently. One position right now. Mara looking like it's bouncing, trying to pop back up. Doesn't mean it has to though, but it is playing off of this area. 2%, about $20 on $1,000. If it does retrace, Warner Brother really low. Hood trying to find something there. 189 189.40 is my market value. I wonder why it doesn't show my total cost. Good quantity, open PL percent. Oh, my last. There we go. Let's go. Position settings, no. I like to show my last price on here. Last price. Or my average price would be nice. Let's go average price. Days P&L percent. Don't need that. And open P&L percent. Guess we don't really need that either. Days P&L. Open P&L. I guess we could have those two on there. Let's do that. There's my average price, 19. Days P&L, open P&L, market value, quantity. There we go. Let's do something like that. So 1907 is my share price currently on Hood. What the heck? Why did this stop working? Oh, because I turned it down. Okay, SQQ not doing much, Palantir not doing much, Oxygen going down, Mara trying to find that bounce off of this area here, potentially making like 2% here. Get a few shares. I have been burned with Mara before, so be careful. Of course, as soon as I buy it. I feel like it's just always against you. Even though there's millions of people trading stocks, I feel like it's always against you in a weird way. SQQ not doing much. Hood retracing back. SQQ finding its 52-week low finally at 984. Let's go to Oxygen. They're coming back down from their 7% run. So there is some heavy resistance. Heavy resistance at this $2 level. Now again, this has potential to go up a little bit more. That 210, but I mean, it's already gone up so much. And we waited so long for a pullback here. We waited 17 days for it to drop 50%. For it to go up. For it to go up literally 80%. Come on. For it to go up 82% in 3 weeks. So that's pretty good, 82% in 3 weeks. I could have just bought this company weeks ago, not even had to worry about trading so much. Did one solid swing trade, been up 80%, and made $800 on 1,000, nearly doubling my money in 3 weeks. Did I? No, I didn't. I did not. Has a chance to go up another 3% or so. I'm going to add this to our oversold list just so I can keep an eye on it. Hood coming down. Mara going down also. Now I knew Mara was overbought anyways. Look how overextended it is. Right? Went up 21% in 2 days, making $200 in a matter of 2 days on a $1,000 investment. Average price 2014. Good. Average price 1907. Literally bought way up here. Twice. That's why I don't chase runners. You wait for it to go all the way down. You either buy more, you lock in profits, or you get out and you do it again. Mara at 2014. Trying to push up. If I can go from that 2014 level to say here, that's 1.5%. Nothing too crazy. Good morning. Good morning, guys. How are we doing today? Oxygen's going to go sideways now. Palantir not doing much. Oxygen not doing much. It's overbought. It's oversold, or it's overbought. Way overbought. Warner Brother, you can buy it for $8. Way oversold. I even drew this line thinking it would pull back about this much. That way I could retrace back up to those levels. See that? It's doing it. Now it can potentially bounce 8% if we can get up to new highs. Or it can keep selling off. And it's down 8%, but it can go down another 8% to 16. So we'll see what happens. Kind of curious to see what happens with Warner Brother. Looks like they're finding some resistance or some support levels here. Big red candle. Good. Going down. If it can pop back up, we'll buy some more. Say in this level. Above 18. SQQ not doing anything. Mara not doing anything either. We got our alert set, so we're just waiting for some confirmation here. Got 10 shares, average price 2014. 2014. Which is right here. Actually, why don't I put that back on? Let's see. Show open orders related to position. Cost basis line. Open orders. Show trade record. Done. There we go. Easier to see too. Hood. I'm way up here on Hood, guys. Bought 10 at 1918. Bought 10 at 1897. I literally went against everything I thought, right? Oh, it's going to keep running up. Going to keep running up. Fear of missing out. And I bought at an all-time high, 1918 and 1897. And I already knew it could come back down. Look what it did the previous day. Right? It took like a day to crash. A day to go down 15%. And one day to go back up 16, 17%. I bought literally at the highest, but it did break above, so I thought I was going to continue going. We were going to be able to go from, like, say, that 1907 mark, 1915 mark, catch 3 or 4 or 5%. Even though we missed substantial amount. We missed a 5% already. We would have been in and out and been done for the day pretty much. My goal on this small account is $50 to $100 a day. Yesterday we lost about $6, which was literally nothing. $6 is nothing. I show you all my entries and exits on the Discord, second link in the description. So you can check that out if you want to see my past trades, or if I just managed to talk about it on here. Or you could just watch my live stream from yesterday. Warner Brother going up. Like we said it would, potentially going up. There it is. Starting to bounce. Set our alert. If it retraces even back up to previous highs, that's 2%. 2%, it's about $20 on $1,000. Not a whole lot. Hood bouncing off of this blue EMA line, the 45-day EMA. SQQ trading sideways, which means the overall market is probably trading sideways. Yeah, it's not doing much. And we may get a nice break of pattern here, and it may start going down for exactly where we want it to be. We want it to go down, it's overbought. Even down this much, that's 1% to the previous MA line is about 3%. That's kind of what our goal was here, about a 3% retracement. 3% retracement would give us a 9% return on SQQ to about right here. See where that green line is? And the red line, about 9 to 10%. So it is possible still. Doesn't mean it's going to happen in one day. I mean, this would also go down more potentially, so we don't want that to happen. Hello, welcome to the live stream. We're looking at QQQ, now the fact that it is overbought. Starting to see, now look at it, it's starting to go back up again. We want it to come down, doesn't mean it has to. Even on the 30-minute chart, this isn't that much. This would be like a 2% retracement. Or old highs, less than 1% retracement. SQQ, not doing much here. Intel making a new push up, finding that support at that EMA level and SMA level. Still struggling a little bit. Mara is down, and it's going down, guys. It is going down, probably to previous levels where it was before. See how like it just kind of repeats itself here? Now it may bounce off of this blue line like it did previously, especially being in a bull pattern. But you know, stuff that goes up eventually has to come down, and it went up 12% yesterday. So there are people locking in profits, especially now that it's starting to lose its momentum, curling over at that $20 resistance level. Ocugen making new highs, up 7% on the day. That is just amazing. Retracing back up for about a 3%. Now it can just come right back down. Good morning, welcome to the live stream. WD going up now. Is it going to find its support, resistance? It's going to be able to get back up to previous highs, 3%. Possibly. I'll put in the support levels here for the day and resistance levels at that EMA line, maybe just a little above it. Yeah. That would have been support. Now it's resistance. Good is down. I knew that was going to happen. I really did. I should not have bought. That's what happens. FOMO's real. FOMO is a real thing. So now we are going to hold. Going to see if it retraces, comes back down here. We buy in at a lower price, and it goes back up. That's kind of what it did yesterday when it bounced off of these levels. Mara, same thing. Going to try to bounce off of that support. Going to buy 10 at right down here. lower our share price. That way we don't have to fight so hard for it to go back up. 1%, 3% potential if we got in now. And from where I am, down 4%, but potentially we can get back up to those highs of about 2.5%. So still be able to make a few bucks off of this trade. Good, trying to recover also. Bouncing off that EMA level. We're going to buy 20 shares. Brought it down a little bit, but not much. That's the only thing about averaging down. Make about a 2.5% from where it is now, almost 3%, but where I am at 1885, you're looking at only a 1.5%. Off of that 1 hour, it can still come down even more. See how it dropped so high and then it went back up? Could do it again. Mara, same thing. Mara's trying to play off of this support. If it can maintain support level, it can go back up 3%, and nope, it looks like it broke support. New support's down here. Oxy's still going up, or Occidental. That's nice, finding some support there. Oxygen, not doing much. Wants to retrace, but it probably won't. It's already up way too high. This is my oversold list. Palantir up 1%, retracing back down. SQQ had a tiny little bump, but not much. Hood trying to find that level here. WD, good thing we didn't buy any. See, this EMA line will act as a resistance level if it's below it, and if it's above it, it'll act as a support level, like kind of like this. See, finding that support, it either breaks the support and goes back down, or it'll retrace and go back up. Oxygen was a really nice play today. Super nice play. And yesterday too. Could have made 13% yesterday. 11% the day before. 12% the day before that. 22% the day before that. I could have literally just traded Oxygen all week long and we would be up tons of money. 22, 32, 42, 52, 60, 70, like 70% would have doubled our account in almost no time at all. 54% in 10 days. If you would have just held. Pretty crazy. And look at that, I sold way down here. I bought over here at 137. I sold at 159, so I made money. I didn't make a lot of money, but I made some money. Now they're hitting the $2 mark on a company that's way overbought. I even traded it back here and made some money, but this one just slipped through the cracks on me this week. Not paying attention, not writing it down, not having too many companies that we're looking at way too many companies right now, in my opinion, and that's what'll happen. So now this could retrace and come back down, which it looks like it's finding that resistance level, or it could potentially shoot up and continue to rise. This is another one of those oversold companies, Oxy. Check it out. Potentially can go up to this resistance about 6%. Should be good for us. Come back down and then retrace back up to previous highs. Is very possible. Very, very possible. Looks like it's trying to break past that MA line. It did. Now if we can just hold and create a new candle for a higher high, then this would have been a pretty solid trade too this morning, about 1%. Akujin wanting to come down. SQQ not moving. Hood slowly going up. Not as much as I'd like it to, but it is going back up to previous levels to either break even or make some profits. Ooh, Oxy's pushing up nicely. Huge range though, right? Has some resistance previously right here. See those levels? I'm actually going to draw that right there. Those are some resistance levels right there. Support levels as well as resistance levels. So we want to be aware of that. Mara finding that support at 1964. We're looking for it to keep extending up for about a 4% profit here. Be $40 on $1,000. At the level I am, 1994 to up here is about 2.5%. Good, starting to retrace back up. So watching these key levels, we should have waited for the bounce, okay, right off the bat. Knowing this now, we should have either bought here, of course at open, but there's no clear sign of direction. Even buying here would have been risky, right? Because it would have been down a little bit. But buying here wouldn't have been as bad as buying way up there. Because then we could have averaged down. We could have bought more when it showed clear indication of it finding support. And then once it was down here, we could have sold for that 3%, locking in $30, wait for it to pull back down, buy in again when it shows signs of support for another $30. We'd be up $60 on 2 trades. Same with this company here. Thinking it was going to bounce off of this was not good enough. Waiting for confirmation, which it's going to happen, right? It's 8:16. We've been trading for almost an hour now. We could have, again, another 4%. 4% profit, 3% profit, so $70 here, about $60 here, and we'd be good to go. Instead of now trying to fight our way back, get back up to these levels where we bought, and then waiting for it to overextend and go above and beyond. So now Mara's catching some resistance here at this EMA level, which I don't see why it wouldn't, right? Still kind of finding that support. Gujin, Hood. Now we are in the positive now on Hood. We're going to create our sell order. It's at 1908. Limit order, 1908, 10 shares. 10 shares. Oh, that's my natural amount that I'd like to sell. Let's go 40. Limit. Let's try to get right under where it was before. What's that, 1915? Yeah, 1915. Let's try 1910. Okay, we got a limit order set for that. Mara breaking its pattern, so now it's going down. Looking for some retracement back at that level. It's a lot different trading with a little less money than I'm used to. Trading with only 10% of my total account is weird, right? So only having $3,000 available compared to $30,000 is a little odd. Makes it a little bit more challenging, especially because you don't want to use all $3,000, right? Because on the cash account, I don't necessarily have day trades. What I do is I have settled and unsettled funds. So if I use all $3,000 today, and there's a potential for something in the afternoon or a pullback, even during, I think even pre-market, it won't be available for me. The money won't be available for me on the cash account. Whereas on a margin account, you can use it instantaneously. So you could buy and sell and then use it to get into another buy and sell. But then you only have 3 trades for the week. So technically I get a few more trades with cash account. I could trade every single day of the week, 5 times a week, compared to only 3-day trades with under the PDT rule. In order to get past the PDT rule, you have to have over $25,000, which again, that brings me to my margin account of $30,000. What I did was I took $1,000 out of my margin account to do this, basically this challenge, not really even a challenge, but to showcase that it is possible to grow an account with $1,000 to those levels. It takes about a year with dedication, takes about a year to get back up to those levels. You got to make some higher risk plays, definitely. You got to be way more higher risk. You got to be very cautious on the trades you do take. And you got to lock in your profits, and you have to limit your risk as much as possible. I've made hundreds of dollars off of Mara in the past, and I've lost some money on Mara as well. So you want to be very cautious with your trading style, so you don't blow your whole account, right? Because this isn't gambling. We're trying to take educated guesses, right? We have a plan, so it's more of an educated guess, like a hypothesis of where the company is going to go, where it's going to trail. Seeing some retracement on Hood. As you can see here, it's doing what it did in the last few days. Now this is just a line I drew. This, you can even get rid of it, right? It's just a line I drew, but it's a really good indicator because look what it did here. And now look what it's doing here. It's actually following right along with this trend line. It's a trend, okay? And that's what we're playing off of here today, is a trend line that we've set. Same thing with this one. It has a nice trend line. Hopefully it can continue on with this trend. Okay, we caught it at the bottom. Could have made 22% in a couple days instead of trying to scalp it now at like three points or so. P&L working. Down about $1 on the day total, because we're up $1, almost $2 here. And Mara, we're down a few bucks, but it is starting to retrace back up. It broke pattern though, so we'll see if it can make pattern here. Wants to. Looks like we're finding that resistance at 1893. It doesn't want to let us get back up to these levels here. We're almost at an hour on the live stream, so if there's anybody that wants to call out a stock, call out a company, definitely do so now before we end our live stream. We're going to be watching these companies all day anyways. Mara, not doing much here. Mara has potential to go up from where it is now, about 3% again. Oxy coming off of that EMA, SMA. Same thing with Ocugen, kind of bouncing off of this level here, but it is way overbought. So be careful with Ocugen. Palantir flatlining on that SMA. SQQ. Still not sure what it wants to do, as TQQ is still very unsure too. Now TQQ's made some bigger moves than SQQ has. Up almost a half a point there, half a point there. So if you would have traded both of those, you'd be up 1%. Mara finding a new low, which I think I'm gonna have to cut losses. But see, when that happened yesterday, it just shot back up. See how low it went here and bounced off of this line. I may hold it a little bit longer just to see what happens. Again, this is my high risk account anyways, so if, I mean, honestly, it's sad, but if I lost all, you know, $200, $300, it wouldn't be a big deal. And there's no way this is going to go to zero. So losing 10, 20 bucks is not a huge deal if it does happen. Usually make anywhere from $50 to $100 a day on this small account. When I traded GME, I made $250 in a single day trading GME, but of course, that doesn't happen all the time. Bought way too high on Hood because FOMO is real. Fear of missing out will definitely get you. It really will, guys. I was like, oh, I was actually going to buy here. Didn't. I was going to buy here. Didn't. And then I ended up buying way up here on the literally the first red candle. It was green when I bought, and it was up here, right? I got 10 shares at 19.18, so it was going up right there. It was green. I was like, oh, it's probably going to pull back, and it did. It did. Why wouldn't it? Look at the levels. Days ago, it was at that level. So that's why it's important to understand your levels. Okay, just because it went up to this previous high up here doesn't mean it had to again. 21.24 looks like about 20.74 was another huge resistance line. Hello, welcome to the live stream. So yeah, should have been aware of that. Buying down here would have been better. Literally buying at any point all week long for 3 days compared to where I bought way up here. Fear missing out, guys. It's real. FOMO, fear missing out, that is a real thing that you all need to be aware of, right? I've been trading for years. I still do it. Should have waited for pullback, and again, should have waited for confirmation. Well, how much more confirmation do you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles would have been enough confirmation for anyone, right? But then again, I should have known from past. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slight pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pullback. It's literally like a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pullback. So once you can start identifying patterns like that, you have a better understanding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pullback. Like, the pullbacks are there. The pullbacks are gonna always be there. It's just identifying the right time and opportunity for those pullbacks. Same thing with this one. I know it's gonna go up again. It's Mara, okay? I made plenty of money on Mara before, not at these high levels. You could literally buy and sell at any point on the way up. Any point here I could have bought and sold and made 21% or less, right? So 3%, 5%, 10%, 20%, 20%, right? And here I am buying at high levels. Again, just understanding your charts, understanding your process as a person, as a trader, understanding the psychology behind the patterns. See, here we go. Another clear indication of a pullback. The support line is an amazing tool to use, guys. I drew these support lines a long time ago. Weeks ago. And now I'll draw this one here. You want to play off your support levels and your resistance levels. Don't get caught with FOMO, especially when it's not there. Clear resistance here. So getting in even at that 1994 level when I did way back here, knowing that it was going up, and then having to buy more shares down here to average down. Now knowing that from here to here is only 2%, and there's a 2% downside. That is a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Let me show you guys that on here, Investing for Beginners Community Trading Tools. This is the site that I built for you guys. Look at this. 1 for 1. You're risking 1 for 1 reward instead of a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 3. You have to be right 60% of the time. You have to be right 50% of the time just to break even on a 1 for 1. On a 1 to 5 ratio, risk to reward, like I'm risking $1 to make $5, or instead of doing what I'm doing, I'm risking $1 to make $1 or 2% to make 2%. On the 1 to 5, I would risk 2% to make 10%. There's a far greater upside than there is a downside. And right here, it's like a 50-50 chance, right? You're like flipping a coin. This is why I like oversold levels so much, because when you're oversold, you have a higher probability of it going back up. When it's fair value, right in the middle, again, 50-50. It can go down, it can go up, right? And here's a good chart showing how to trade with support and resistance levels. Old resistance levels become new support levels, and vice versa. If this was on the other end, new support levels can easily become resistance levels. We also have 3 stages of reversal, very important. Don't buy when it's rejecting. Add up a few shares when it's consolidating and showing signs of support, as you can see here, the testing phase, and then slowly adding to your position upon confirmation. Most people, and even including myself sometimes, will buy in stage 1 and stage 2, not showing clear signs of support, and then it continues to sell off. So very important to understand your levels and your stages of reversal. Definitely check it out, Trading Tools, on our Investing for Beginners community. Also subscribe for a chance to win a $100 gift card this month. Drawing will be on June 1st. So there is about 15 days left, 14 or 15 days left before we announce the winner. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and then comment on our videos. Comment on as many videos as you'd like. The more comments gets more entries into the giveaway. Last month we had a subscriber, I'll say trader. I don't know if she trades or not, but she was a subscriber and she commented 47 times and won a $100 Amazon gift card. So pretty cool. You don't have to comment 47 times, but if you want to, you can. You could comment 100 times. I have over 600 videos now on how to help you with investing and start growing your account size to the levels that you want and start making money that you want. So definitely check that out. Let's look at our hood. Hood's not doing much. It broke that support level. So we're going to see if we can get another one here. Now, if it does sell at 1940, let's see what our profits will be. 1885 to 1910. I'm sorry, 1910 would be 1.33% on $800, 750. That'd be $7.50. It'd be like $10. It'd be like $10. So not much at all, guys. Not much at all. Now, I missed some really good plays yesterday, and I'm sure I missed some today, but we can't always be in every single trade. All we can do is mitigate our risk and try to make sound choices, right? From 1994 to if we could even get back up to these levels, say 2020, that's another 1/3%. On $400, that's about $4.50, maybe almost $5. So that'd be about $15 on the day. My goal is 50 to 100. And again, we still have money. We're only in about $1,100 on these 2 positions, 400 and 750. So about $1,150, I'd say. a little less than $1,150 in the market. Still have another just shy of $2,000 that I could use to trade. But again, because it's a cash account, if I use it all today, I'll have to wait 1 day for it to settle. If something comes into oversold levels, and I won't be able to trade it because I'll have to wait for my account to settle. So say like JDST starts popping off, or Warner Brothers starts popping off, or Oxygen's like, yo, we're going at $3 today instead of just $2, and it starts popping off. I want to have some money available to buy those shares. I mean, this company's gone up 82% in 20 days. Could have just bought this and held it. Now I did. I have been trading this before and doing really well. Even this retracement here, 100% profit right there. We're able to make right around 30%. Now this says 52% in 5 days. We didn't get all 52% of that, but we did get about 30%. Making about $300, which is pretty amazing. But you just got to be careful with those sell-offs. You don't want to get caught buying up here and then having to sell down here and cut your losses. And it's a very small account. It's a penny stock, so be cautious with penny stocks. This one has a little bit better of a track record, I think. It's had some really good news, and overall it's been going up from that 30-cent mark. So from 30 cents to now, you'd be banking. Now we're just playing the highs and the lows on this. So looks like we've been going for a little over an hour now. I was hoping to lock in some profits in a video. We may still lock in some profits though on Hood. At the very least, we'll break even. I definitely don't want to hold these overnight as swing trades. Eric, you think DDOG set new resistance? Support, sorry, over 119. Let's take a look. DDOG, thanks for asking. Anybody else has any companies they want me to call out, definitely do so before we get off. Okay, so it's past the resistance level that we set yesterday. It has gone through our resistance level, created a new 1 hour candle over that resistance level. Took it 5 minutes, a few candles. Okay, so I think you're right here, Eric. It found its support at that 118, and now it's starting to show signs of it going up. It's up 1.5% in just a few minutes here. Starting to go off of this EMA level, which is pretty nice. Catching a nice bounce, up 1.5%. Now, where is it going to go from here? Yeah, you're exactly right. So now this resistance, or this previous resistance, was an old support back on April 22nd. So now this will now go from a red to a green and go from a resistance level where it was struggling to get above to now a support level. If it can hold this support level and maybe even trade past this 200-day moving average, then you can easily see this going back up another 4% to that 125 level where it was trading previously. I mean, it even can go up to that 133 level. Maybe not in a day, maybe in maybe a few days, a week, but that's a 10% profit from right here. That's a really good call out, Eric. That is definitely what we would call an oversold company that is now showing the 3 stages of reversal. As you can see here, it's a little choppy and weird, but it had a rejection period, stage 1. Stage 2 is the consolidation period, finding its support. It started doing the confirmation period on stage 3, and then went back to stage 1 to find higher support levels. Okay, we can draw those out here. These are higher support levels. I don't want to confuse you guys here. And so now this doesn't become as irrelevant. We could actually just take it away, right? It's okay to leave it too, but this will be new support levels. And now it's broken through that resistance period and created a new support level. So here it is. It looks like it's going through that EMA. you could start seeing a nice pull, a nice forward direction, making about 6% profit from where that EMA line was as where it is previously now, possibly 4%. But be cautious though, it is starting to go into these oversold or overbought levels. If it finds resistance at 120, then it can pull back. I mean, it can definitely pull back to where it was just a moment ago, losing 1.69%. As long as it stays above your blue EMA, then you're fine. Just ride that trend line up. You could even set a trailing stop loss here, trailing stop. You could set it for whatever you want. Say you want to trail it by 2%, or because it's so volatile, 1%. And so as it continues to rise, you're going to keep making money, right? Keep going up. And as soon as it goes down to whatever your criteria level is, like, okay, it went down 1%, then it'll sell. And each time it goes up, this will then go up. This goes up a little bit. This trailing stop goes up a little bit. This goes up a little bit more. Your trailing stop goes up a little bit more. So you make newer highs and newer trailing stop losses. That goes up a little bit more. This goes up a little bit more, to the point where you are, where your trailing stop can even be above where you bought. Say you bought in at this level here, where your trailing stop's down here. Now you're at this level, your trailing stop's at this level. So either way, you're in the money, no matter what, whether you sell at the high right now, because it looks like it's showing signs of resistance on the day, or it goes down just enough, 0.2%, 0.5%, and you sell, making money. Okay, that's the best way to do companies like this. Have a trailing stop. So like right here's a good example too. You would have bought at this level, it went up, you had a trailing stop loss, say a very small trailing stop, it pulled back to say this level, you would have sold here. You bought here, could have sold up here, but your trailing stop initiated here, you locked in profits from where you bought to where the trailing stop is. See that? Creating an area of profits and not having to worry about your risk for it selling off or even going lower than where you bought because you didn't have a trailing stop. So trailing stops are good when you see signs of upward momentum. And then just having a stop loss in general is always good, like knowing, hey, I'm going to buy here, but if it goes down past this level, I'm going to draw that real quick. If it goes past, like, say, a 1% level, then I'm going to just stop myself out. Okay, I'm going to lose a couple of dollars because it wasn't in my favor. So, like, that would have been a good example for right here, right? Say you buy here. It's starting to go up. Okay, cool, it's going up. And then it starts to go back down. You could actually have your stop limit right underneath it. And that's how people really use risk management, well, and use stop losses to their advantage for risk management. So very cool call out. Looks like it's still going up. That's fantastic. Up almost 2% on the day. And it is up 2% on those low levels. So good call out, Eric. Thank you for that. We're going to be watching this a little bit more as time goes on. Create alert 121.04 and above. This has plenty of room to still move. Yes, it does. It's in that stage 3 period right now. Stage 3, which is under our trading tools tab, investingforbeginnerscommunity.com, which I created for you guys. Literally, I created this for you guys. Like I'm not normally this technical, but I got on Wix and designed it and made it all myself. Some people outsource, so of course it's not the best looking, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst either. But anyways, don't mean to toot my own horn, but 3 stages of reversal here. It is in that stage 3 period. So now it's slowly be adding more to my position on DDOG. Being cautious that there can potentially be a pullback. But it's looking good. Tons of upward momentum here. Mara not doing much. Where are we at on the day? We're down $7. $7. So lost about $6 yesterday. And down about 7 today so far. Got a limit order set, so if it does go up to this when I am out doing things, I can get out and make a few bucks. And I could always set a stop loss down here if it decides it goes down. Mara, same thing. If it goes back up to these highs, then I will sell my 20 shares. So let's create a sell order, limit order, 20 shares. And we're going to set it up here to that 20, I'd say 2030, 2029. Let's do that. Good till cancel, sell Mara. And we're going to go sell. And there we go. So now we have our orders set so we can go about our day, not have to worry about it. If it does go up, we'll sell, we'll make some money. And of course, going down, you know, we could set a stop loss. So same thing, 40 shares, stop loss at 2055. 2050. Whoa, that's weird. Oh, right here, stop limit. I was like, that's weird. That doesn't look right. Right there, you can set your stop loss. But we are not going to do that right now. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry it was a bit of a slower day again. Sometimes these days are a bit slow. We missed a couple of good run-ups. I'm going to take some notes and take into account my focus and where it was today. It was a little bit all over. Maybe coming up with 2 plays and just focusing on just those 2 plays before, you know, before 7:30. Maybe I'm looking, I mean, I've been on my trading station since 7 o'clock, in and out, looking at some setups, but I think 10 is too many. Oh, DDOG finding some resistance here. So see if it can break that resistance. Be very cautious. And then SQQ, we spent some time focusing on it. It is gonna trigger eventually and get to some really good money, because the market is super overextended. I don't even think the market knows what it's doing right now. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all in tomorrow's live stream. Let's end the year on a green note, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Go check out some of my other videos too, guys. Go check them out. I have over 600 videos. Definitely go watch them. Thank you. Have a good day.